This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.
Here is just a list of names of different perverts who have stalked children online. Tom Humphreys, this former sports journalist who was jailed last year for grooming a girl from when she was 14. Kieran Craven, the ex-RTE employee, was caught by a vigilante group last November in Leeds and engaged in conversations with a girl he believed to be 13. Brian O'Keefe was jailed for 4 years for grooming a 14-year-old on Facebook. Conor O'Keefe was jailed for 3 years in 2016 for having sex with a 15-year-old girl he met after grooming her via social media. And the list goes on and on and on. Here's the thing. These children wouldn't be accessible if they didn't have smartphones. Simple. So, front page in one of the newspapers today, he says the simple answer to this is don't let your kids have a smartphone. Would you agree with that? Call me right now on 6797 981. Text or WhatsApp the programme 0877 98 98 98. David, you're on 98FM. How are you, David?
Good morning. I'm good, yeah. And how are you?
David, you believe that it is up to parents to decide and not up to the government to try to dictate?
100% it's up to the parents. I'll just tell you why, okay? Because I have 6 children, right? Out of those 6 children, my two boys have phones. My 2 girls have phones,
and
right?
What ages are we talking about?
Okay, you're talking on the 2 boys, you're talking 14 and 13, and the 2 girls is 11 and 9, 10. Actually, 11 and 10.
11 and 10. So your 11 and 10-year-old girls
yes.
have smartphones.
They have smartphones, right? But they're not linked to Facebook, but the 2 boys are. But they're under 16. Now, they're linked to Facebook, but they're also linked to Instagram and other social media sites. Now, here's my problem with this, with this suggestion of the government bringing out a ban on this thing, right? My suggestion is that you educate your children to know when something is wrong, and they can come to you and they can say, look, there's something not right. Now, when you look at Facebook is really only meant for close family and friends. Close friends and family, right? So if you have loads of people friending loads of people just to get up numbers, you're going to have problems. But that's what Facebook and social media sites are really about. It's just for family and close friends. So if you know who you're friending, you're not going to have a problem, right?
Here, I've known of 13 and 14-year-olds with like 2,500 friends on Facebook.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but that's a problem because But I still don't believe that the government should be coming in and monitoring all this and setting new laws.
But David, we bring in lots of laws to protect the individial. That's what That's what the government. We have a law, for example, to force you to wear a seatbelt, for example. That's for your own protection.
That's an acceptable law, right? But you have to let the parents, bring in their own rule of law with their own children on a lot of things. You can't. But
clearly, David. Clearly, when I read of and just those names I listed out, it's just the tip of the iceberg for the amount of people, predominantly men, who have groomed young children online via social media and whatever. So clearly, lots of parents are failing.
Well, I don't think they're failing. I think you can educate your children to know when something is wrong. I think if the children use the social media apps better and wiser, I think they can eliminate that altogether.
Sorry, again, David, you're talking about children, and children can only be as wise as their years will allow.
Well, yeah, okay. We're talking about 14 and anybody under 16. So, they do have a fair old knowledge. They're not just children. I do cut off a certain point on children, let's say from 12 or 13 downwards, not to have the social media sites. Absolutely not. But when they hit 14, 15, 16, that's acceptable. I agree with that.
Okay, so your 11 and 10-year-olds, both girls, have smartphones, but no social media accounts.
No social media accounts.
And how do you know that?
Because I do. I check their phones. There's no apps on the phones whatsoever for them.
So what's the point in having a smartphone? Why don't you just have a Nokia 3310 that can just make a phone call?
No, it's not got to do with that. It's got to do with being able to Google different sites as well, and finding out information. Phones are there as well to give them education and to give them knowledge on things that they don't know. If they want to research something, they can go and research it. It's not just about social media. Phones have many purposes, and plus it's a camera as well. Good cameras in recording, they can do all that. Bringing in this ban on phones for children is ridiculous.
Okay, well, stay there for 1 second. It's ridiculous, Teresa, to be even talking about having a ban on under 16s having smartphones.
Absolutely, 100% it is. The law bringing in punishment for the kids, because the paedophiles are doing wrong, or people are grooming.
Also, it's victim blaming. Is that what it is?
I beg your pardon?
It's victim blaming. So we're taking it out on the victims rather than the people who are doing bad.
Absolutely, 100. Not you there.
No, I know that. Yeah,
but the government. Yeah, why don't they increase the sentences for paedophiles? Put them in prison, lock up the kids. I'm sick of looking on the television, on the news, on the radio, on them sites. They're getting suspended a sentence, they say 6 years, but 3 are suspended. Why? Why are they suspending the sentence?
Too lenient.
Tougher laws. If they got tougher laws, they would have less and less because since this is all coming out now with them websites or whatever, or them groups, you can see people I can see it being a deterrent. Yeah, it might force them underground, but the way it is, so the likes of people starting off or whatever, I saw a couple of young fellas being caught, say they were 19 or 20, and I think that would have a big deter, that would deter them ever, or any young fella ever starting off doing it again. But my point is, why would you punish the child? Why can't they go about their own lives, have their own phones, do their own thing?
Because, Teresa, it's a dangerous place. That's the problem.
Absolutely, it's a dangerous place. Absolutely, it's a dangerous place. But because of the paedophiles, not because of the child. So why should they be punished? It's the paedophiles that should be punished. Should be punished, put in prison, throw away the key, don't let them out. That's it. End of story.
There's also other reasons why they should have the phones as well, right? Because
my daughter has a phone. My daughter has a phone. She's 14. My son has a phone. He's 11. My daughter has an iPad. She uses it for school.
Yeah, school as well. Yeah, school as well.
Her school. So are they going to ban the iPads from the school as well? Because it's not only that, it's their Xboxes, their little tablets.
So Teresa, your kids are what age? 11 and 14?
11 and 14, yeah.
And do they both have smartphones?
They both have smartphones, yeah.
Okay.
Now, in fairness,
yeah, go on.
My 11-year-old wouldn't look at it at all. Very, very seldom. He'd probably, if I was there, because he's not really interested. But he is on his Xbox. He is on his Xbox, and he's entitled to be on the internet, even though it's a dangerous place. The road is a dangerous place.
By the way, Xbox Live is actually another way that these deviants are targeting people.
Yeah, any access through the internet at all. So it's just like that. The road is a dangerous place, but you still have to let your child go out and explore. Why should they be restricted? Why? There's no reason for it at all, except for that there's these paedophiles and they're getting away with it. Sentence, I'd be flabbergasted at the amount of times I've seen such lenient.
No, and I have to be honest. I agree with you 100% on the lenient sentences, and I do think that is a problem. And in fact, as I was reading the stories, one guy got 2.5 years, another guy was sentenced to 4. Another guy to 4. I mean, 4 years isn't much of a deterrent, is it? Well,
and then they go into prison. This is the gas thing. Then they go into prison, and there's illegal mobile phones.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
So don't be blaming the potential victims. Let's hand down more severe sentences and let kids be kids and let them have smartphones.
Kids.
Okay, stay.
It's not that. It's this is the life today, whether we like it or not, we as adults like it or not, that the children are on the internet, and we're not going to change that. We're not going to change that. Nobody's
okay, stay there for 1 second, because Sean, you believe the parents who buy their kids smartphones are idiots.
I was 9 when I had my first phone, and it was just a block of a Nokia phone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a dangerous world out there. All these few of my friends or friends' siblings were on Facebook before they were 13. And it's so dangerous. And you say, have a lenient sentence for people like paedophiles who target these people.
Mm-hmm.
But there's international brothels out there, people all over the world. So you can't really catch, them. Or maybe I'm wrong, but these people are clever. They know what they're doing, and it's hard to catch them. I find. Yeah.
So you think it is irresponsible of parents to allow their kids have smartphones?
Yeah, because once a kid has a smartphone, I feel they're kind of let free to do what they want in most cases. Maybe that opinion is controversial, but that's what I feel.
Well, Teresa, what would you say to that?
I agree with him, like, that it is a dangerous place, and I see where he's coming from, but there's no way in this world that parents are being irresponsible. They are just parents. I don't feel like I'm being irresponsible. I'm doing the best I can for my kids, and I will protect them with my life. So, I'm certainly not irresponsible. I am aware of the dangers on a smartphone and what's out there, but first of all, when my child got her phone, my daughter and my son, I would have their passwords to all their so I can go up until she's 15 next week. So I stopped recently going into her social media and looking at whatever, I think she needs just a little bit of privacy now or whatever. But I know she's 15 and, but she's aware, she's been made aware. I talk to my kids regularly about this thing. I spoke to my 11-year-old son, and I said to him the other day, I talked to him, went into depth about it, and I said, look, son, this is happening, and whether we like it or not, there is people out there that do this. Be aware, know that, if somebody talks to you online, you don't speak to strangers, you don't, he talks with friends.
Okay, let me give you an example. This has just been sent in to me this second, okay? Yeah. My 13-year-old brother sent me this over Christmas. He blocked the person. And here's the conversation. Hey there, hope I'm not intruding. I got your name from the friend search on this PS app. I was just bored and was looking for new people to talk to. How old are you? And that's how this conversation began. Now, this young fella had the cleverness to block that person.
Absolutely, and so would my child.
And that's great. And that's great, but a lot wouldn't. And that's how the grooming starts.
Well, that's where you need, you speak to your child, but it doesn't mean they can't have a smartphone. My child knows that I've done my job. He knows 100%. He will block anybody that comes along. He's 11 and he knows this. 11,
okay, stay there for a second. Barry, you're on 98FM. How are you, Barry?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good, thanks, Barry. A lot of people saying it is not up to the government. Children should be able to have smartphones. The government shouldn't be bringing in any laws. It's down to the individual parent to decide.
And I agree 100%. It's down to the parents to monitor this, because just me own.
But sorry, Barry. I was about to say, an awful lot of parents are failing to monitor it properly. Otherwise, these perverts who are catching these kids and grooming them wouldn't have any hope.
Well, then, if they're failing to do this, they're failing as parents in general. Because I would think that, in this day and age, everybody's focusing now on the paedophile. We have to look now at the other end of it, which is the bullying side of it.
Yes, which is another, absolutely. And in a lot of cases, the bullying aspect is even more common and can have even more detrimental effects.
Just in my own particular circumstance, my child is in school, she's 11, she's on the WhatsApp, and we do monitor it. But we just found out yesterday that these groups have been set up in school, and they're all targeting individual people in school. And the language coming out of these 11-year-old kids is absolutely horrendous. So it's down to the parents not monitoring this.
Okay, without naming this school, what part of Dublin are we talking about?
In Tallaght.
In Tallaght, okay.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the sorts of messages that your child has received on WhatsApp.
It's just through this general group where we notice these messages, and the messages are as far as I'll smash your face in, I'll stab you, go kill yourself, and this sort of stuff from various different kids. It's been brought to the school's attention, and the school are investigating it now at the moment, so I can't go too
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. The worry is, okay, so your 11-year-old has a smartphone. A lot of people, argue, why would an 11-year-old need a smartphone? What's he need it for?
It's not particular that she needs a smartphone. It's just in this day and age that we're living in now at the moment, with the the internet and all that sort of stuff. Everybody does everything on it, so I suppose she watches all our programs on it, that iCarly or whatever it would be that she'd watch. And all that, she has these other Instagram and Snapchat, but they have to be monitored.
And how well are you able to monitor it? I mean, you're not around her 24/7.
Well, for instance, like, she obviously doesn't have it when she's in school. When she comes home, she sits down at the table and she has her phone down there with us, and she does her thing there. And when she goes to bed, she leaves it out on the landing, and we take it into bed with us, so she doesn't bring the phone to bed.
Okay, well, that's something, I suppose. So you do have some control over it.
Yeah, and I reckon what a lot of parents need to do, they need to go to, I don't know, some sort of class to be brought up on Instagram and Snapchat and how to watch it.
Yeah, I totally agree. So many parents have no idea how Snapchat works, have no idea what Instagram is, and that's, I mean, to say I don't know how it works is ridiculous. You need to educate yourself. You need to find out how it works.
Yeah, so I think it's solely down to the parents. It's not down to the government to police this.
All right, but stay there for 1 second, because Shane, you believe that the law should be very strict on this. In what way?
Absolutely. I just want to say I love the show. Listen every day.
Thank you very much indeed, Shane.
That man just made my point there. My girlfriend's nephew got a text message off a young fella in school saying KYS, and all these little messages saying, like, kill yourself and all, and he couldn't believe it. Like, it was absolutely shocking. All these little like keywords and all that's going around. It's crazy. Like, you know, it's just a big part of it is bullying. But over the last few weeks, seeing all these paedophiles as well is absolutely shocking. Like, my point is, I think, you know, like, until you're old enough, you should not be allowed a smartphone.
Okay, so what is old enough?
I think, well, an adult's basically 16 to 17, maybe, you know. But maybe there should be a law.
Barry's 11-year-old has one, and he says she needs it.
Yeah, in certain ways, but maybe, like, if there was a lock on them with that, maybe without WhatsApp or Snapchat or something like that. But I think it comes down to all these with conversation-wise, and, you know, like, you know, with things like that, like, have to be stopped, because I think it's absolutely disgraceful what's going on in the world at the moment.
But as we've heard
about that, Adrian,
go on.
If you exclude your kid from this, without monitoring it, you're leaving her then to be ridiculed in school for not, you know.
But that's just keeping up with the Joneses, you know.
But to a point, like, you have to deal with it again. You have to monitor it as well. Like, do you want them to be excluded like everybody else is talking about?
Well, I just got a message there a second ago saying there will be no smartphones in my house until my children go to college.
I might be the same. My son has only been born a month ago, and he won't be getting a smartphone till he's old enough anyways, and that's a fact.
Easy to say that now, Shane, when you start getting pressure, and as Barry said, you know, all the other kids have it, why can't I? When you start getting that sort of pressure, it's very, and it is, Barry, I accept that it is very, very difficult to resist that sort of pressure, but that message said, my kids will not be getting a smartphone until they go to college. And is more or less saying they can buy their own.
Well, that's fair enough. That's down to personal choice.
And in fact, stay there for a second. That was you and Ngozi who sent in that message.
Oh, yeah. I think I've said something like this before on your show, Adrian. I have 4 boys, and my eldest is going to be doing his leaving cert hopefully by next year.
Okay.
And him, in fact, he does it. I think I've said that to you. There's a particular phone he has. I think it's a Doro phone, which I bought in post office. None of them will get smartphone except when they enter college.
So your leaving cert student child doesn't even have a smartphone?
Oh, no way. No way. It's not happening in my house.
And how does he feel about that? Does he not get grief in school from all his friends? This is what Barry was saying.
No. To be honest and truthful with you, he's never complained about that. And from what I understood, he's doing well in his studies, because lots of kids are being distracted by their mobile phones these days.
And does he have any access to the internet? I assume he does.
Only in the house. We have the normal PC in the house whereby he uses it to do his schoolwork.
Okay, but other than that, he has no access to the internet on a phone.
No
and
way.
Does he ever complain about this?
He's never, maybe to his friends, but not to me, his mom. He's never complained to me.
Now there you are, Barry. It can be done. You just say no.
That's it.
Yeah, but then, like, you know, I find with the internet and all that now, whatever they're doing on the phone, it's giving them certain skills to be able to go further in life. Like, I'm 40 years of age. I never had any of this when I was growing up.
Yeah, but you still got on in life, didn't you?
Yeah, but I only now am realising with the age, the technology we're moving on with now, everything is being done by computer. So it's sort of giving them a bit of a heads up once you monitor what's being done.
Okay, Ngozi, do you think your child is missing out on anything in not having access to a smartphone?
Not a chance at all. In fact, his grades he's on the honors in his class, so that's even a bonus to me. He's not missing out on anything. Whatever work he needs to do, he comes back home and does it on the computer in the house. That's it.
Okay, so he's as intelligent as any other young fella.
Oh my God, he's very smart.
All right, well there you go, Barry. Look, I'd love to continue this conversation. We'll continue the conversation online on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D, because I'm way out of time. Thank you very much indeed, all of you, for your calls. The overwhelming opinion seems to be it's not down to the government to tell parents how to be parents. It's 98FM's Dublin Talks.
98FM's Dublin Talks.
With Adrian Kennedy.
We're live every morning from 10. Only on 98FM.